Your Social Security benefits could be in serious jeopardy sooner than we thought. Today, we're breaking down some critical new developments, including projected benefit cuts, insolvency timelines, and what the Social Security Administration is finally doing to improve service for millions of Americans. But before we dive in, if you appreciate timely updates like this, please tap the like button. It only takes a second and really helps out. Let's start with the big headline. According to the Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget, retirees are now facing a potential $18,100 benefit cut, and it could happen as soon as 2032. You heard that right, just 7 years away. Here's what's going on. The timeline just shifted. Again, we've been hearing for years that Social Security's trust fund would run out of money around 2035. Then earlier this year, that date moved up to 2034. And now? The latest projection shows that benefit cuts could begin in late 2032. We skipped an entire year in the forecast. That's a huge red flag. We've gone from having a decade to prepare, to having less than 7 years before major cuts kick in. The cuts. Who's affected and how much? If nothing changes, the law requires that once the trust fund runs dry, benefits can only be paid based on incoming revenue. That means a 24% across the board cut for Social Security benefits. Let's break that down using their estimates. Downward trend low-income couples. Annual cuts between $8,200 to $11,000. Downward trend middle-income couples. Between $13,600 to $18,100. Downward trend high-income couples. As much as $18,000 to $24,000. Keep in mind, these are annual cuts. That kind of loss could be devastating for retirees, especially those relying on Social Security as a primary income source. Is this guaranteed to happen? Many of you asked after yesterday's video. Is this definite? Right now, if nothing changes, then yes, these cuts are on track to happen. The only way to avoid them is for Congress to increase Social Security funding or to reduce future obligations. The problem? There are currently 70 million Americans receiving Social Security. By 2035, that number will jump to 85 million. That's a massive increase in demand, without a clear plan to fund it. The math behind the crisis. The problem isn't just the growing number of retirees, it's also recent legislation. The One Big Beautiful Bill Act included a cut in income tax rates and an expanded senior standard deduction. Both of these reduce the revenue Social Security gets from taxes on benefits. That's what's widening the funding gap and increasing the size of the projected cut by about 1%. So instead of a 21 to 23% cut as previously projected, we're now looking at 24%, and that number could grow. Why is no one fixing this? This issue has been kicked down the road for decades. Multiple administrations, both Republican and Democrat, have ignored the inevitable. It's like driving full speed toward a wall and doing nothing to stop it. And what's worse? Many lawmakers are promising not to touch Social Security, which, in effect, means they're accepting these benefit cuts as the future. According to the committee, it's time for honest conversations and real action. Small, incremental fixes aren't enough anymore. One piece of good news: there is a bit of positive news for beneficiaries. The Social Security Administration has announced reduced wait times for both phone calls and in-person appointments. After years of frustrating delays, long hold times, and crowded field offices, the SSA is finally making progress in improving service efficiency. Wrap up. So here's the bottom line. Red circle: if nothing changes, Social Security will become insolvent by 2032. Red circle: that means a 24% cut in benefits, affecting up to 85 million Americans. Red circle: and unless lawmakers act soon, those cuts are pretty much locked and the situation is urgent. And while small improvements like shorter wait times are welcome, we need serious reform now to avoid disaster in just a few years. I'll continue to monitor this closely and bring you the latest updates as they happen. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.